Chad, we asked why. This is our What's the Why segment. After numerous lawsuits, investigations, cyber ninja inquiries, and all, why is there still any doubt when it comes to the security of our elections in Arizona?
Walter Ringfield, 27, was arrested. Why? Because he was at the Maricopa County Tabulation Election Center, and he stole some stuff, including a fob that could get you around. He was caught.
Can you tell me what a fob is?
It helps you get in and out of buildings. You know, you scan those things. We got badges, fobs. You know, sometimes
like a
there's
USB
key rings.
drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was, first of all, I don't know who you're hiring over there. Secondly, can we just be honest? This is all people need for that. See?
Yeah.
This is it. They're already starting, and they just happen to get caught. This guy he could have stolen machines. He could have stolen tabulators. He could have stolen anything. They could change it.
So I'm paying for a security system at my house, and somebody tried to get into the house, and I caught him on camera, and the police were notified, and they came and they arrested this person. They didn't get into the house. They didn't steal anything, and they were caught.
Yes.
Is that proof that my alarm system is not functioning correctly because obviously people are trying to get into my house?
That is proof that it is functioning, but also the fact that you have to have that and the fact that it did happen makes people go, well, what's to make it say it can't happen again? And it only has to not work one time for you not to be home and to catch it, and then everything changes.
I see. So if there's one prison escape, all of our prisons are now vulnerable.
Well, our prisons are vulnerable because there always seems to be an escapee. There ain't a week that goes by anymore where somebody's not trying to caterpillar up a wall or something.
When you got 1.5% of the entire population is behind bars, and somehow we get one person every few months.
And that's not enough, by the way. Have you met America? That's not enough.
Wow. So, I mean, at some point, we have to go, all right, there are security systems in place, and security systems caught a guy who was doing something. But just
because they're in place doesn't mean it's going to be perfect all the time. And it only,
No, I don't disagree.
And so that's the whole thing. And there was a security system, and I don't know what this guy was going to do with this stuff. Maybe, maybe he was going to sell it, or maybe he was going to, I don't know, maybe the Democrats paid him. Maybe, that's the way but that's all you need. And you could go on TV and say, I think this guy was a plant. He's not real. I can't find him anywhere in the database. He is a plant, blah, blah. That's all you need. Look, it's working right now.
That guy is not real.
Yeah.
He's not real.
He's not really hero felon work thing. He's not real. He used to work for the DNC. That's all you need to
Little
plant
background
something.
to this guy. He looks like just a street thief. I mean, he's on a diversion program for other felonious theft, and then he got busted doing this. They said, what do you do? He was a temp worker. So, okay, let me finish this point, and then I want to come to that one that you just said. So the guy does not seem to be a deep state operative, which I think is very disappointing to both the far right and far left who want to start bickering over election security. It did work. It didn't work. We're all vulnerable. We're all under attack. No, we're not. Skynet is watching us. Whatever the arguments are. Let's go to what I think is actually a security issue. And you just brought it up. Why is this person a temp worker at the
Maricopa County Recorder, MTech?
Yeah. Why is that happening right now?
That's a better question. At a time when you think about this, right? Last night they're all on stage, but doing their thing. At a time when we're at this heightened state, man, you know this, like people are freaking out. It was stolen. It wasn't stolen. It could be stolen again. You got to watch them. We're going to put people at all of the drop boxes and all these things. Why would you put anybody there who is not absolutely 100% vetted to the point of no return because of the political implications? It's like when the voting happened with Carrie Lake, the day of voting, all these things didn't work and they weren't printing out and all of this stuff. Of all the days for it to happen, it's that day. It just plants seeds. You measure twice, cut once. In this case, Maricopa County in particular, you measure 5 times, then you measure a 6th, and then maybe you cut.
Okay, so Maricopa County basically is like me and my dad working on a project. Yes. Measure twice, cut once, doesn't fit, swear, go to Home Depot, get a new board, come back, measure a few more times, cut again, doesn't fit, throw it on the ground, swear, crack a beer, stop the project.
That's it.
Okay, that's how we do it. So here's my why that I have on this, though, because I think that's a great example. But I feel like you were touching on this in our last segment. Why do we keep doubting the election integrity when we don't have any examples of the election being compromised? And I know I'm going to have people on the Twitter machine that are going, yeah, there's evidence all over the place. Well, it's no evidence that any judge who has ever accepted. And I don't care if it's a Democrat-appointed judge or Republican-appointed judge, it's never gone anywhere in court. And I think that what's happening is we just keep repeating these lies until they get accepted, and it's part of a grift. You made mention of
massive
the
grift.
the donations. I wonder, when it comes to Carrie Lake and her election denialism, how much money is she getting in donations from out of state?
Huge.
Huge.
Think about this for a second. And I've talked to everybody, all the people that you like and don't like, from the MTGs of the world and everybody else. And I will tell you this. Go look at how many people they represent. I think you'd be surprised. They don't represent America. They represent a small portion of Georgia or a small portion of Mesa or this, that, and the other. The loud voices that give money, though, hey, you represent 30,000, but I got 4 million followers across all my social media. They're more important because they're giving me money. In many cases, the people at home don't give them money.
And I've got the Kochs and Adelsons and Soros and
I've got
and
all of these
the
people who are
Bloombergs.
interested in the division, but they're interested in handing me something because they want me to confirm their confirmation bias, and I'm the only one that can do it. Because in politics nowadays, everybody's got to be a monster. You can't fight a monster without having a monster, and let me be that monster for you. So it's about raising tons of money, and you have to rise above it. And just going saying, look, I'm not going to BS you. I'm going to come at it straight, give you guys the honest truth about everything, and just walk it down from top to bottom. Nobody wants that. You got to be loud to get noticed.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe, and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.